Good morning, traders. So we're still using the Bull-Williams theory, and we're going to apply this to the DAX. So how do we trade the DAX today using Bull-Williams? Now, there's a couple of things that play on the daily, and this little pattern here is an inside bar. I'd prefer it to be sort of a green candle, but it's not. But it is still an inside bar. Not very convincing to me, but nevertheless. Now, I think you're going to have to just ignore it for now, because we have the USA pushing China's buttons again today. So don't be too surprised if you see some more chaos happening. And the reality is markets are being hammered right now in Asia. So there's, for example, the Nasdaq closed yesterday down 3.7%. Okay. So, and that's just because of political nonsense. So anyway, that's the situation at the moment. Politicians are playing the game right now. Clearly their shorts are in on the markets. So we just got to trade with them. Right now, the DAX futures is sitting down 1.5%. So it's sitting at 11,000. Okay. March at 11. So I just want to get this in, guys. Give me 1 second. 11:12. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so in other words, the DAX futures is trading below this level. What does that mean for us? Well, it basically means that we have a potential range break here. If I come to the week, that is the range there. Now, for us to get a range break here, we're going to end up with a measured move here. Something like this. Okay. And if I just calculate what this head and shoulders would be, how's that? It all lines up, well, pretty close. Okay, so that's kind of what I see happening on the weekly. It's also kind of what I see happening on the daily. And at the same time, the lower time frames will probably conform to that as well. Okay, remember, just ignore this big red candle that you see on the left here, this one here. It's incorrect data. So there was the original trend line. We've broken below it. Yesterday was a case of coming up to test that break. There's the test. And I suppose we should have just been looking for our shorts there. But with the public holiday in the US, I was not really bothered with the markets much yesterday. But if you did manage to get in yesterday, get in short, well done. And I think you're in for a fairly interesting ride to the downside. Now, you can also see how the 200 moving average on the hour again playing with us. And at the same time, we are below the alligator. Okay, so for as long as you're below the alligator, and now it doesn't really matter which time frame you're playing, but if you want to capture most of the moves, you're looking for either the hour or the half hour. Now you can see, breaks and retests are what you're looking for. Again, you can see the 200 moving average playing a role here. Okay, so what are we looking for? So I can't even tell you do the logical things like wait for a break below one of these fractional levels here, because we're already below that fractional level. We are below a lot of levels at the moment. We're sort of hovering below this level here, 11,105, and we're still falling. So it's 11,006 at the moment. So I reckon you're going to have a massive gap down today. And then it's going to be a case of, where are we going to? And for me, I think you should only start looking for longs once we hit this measured move target. Once we hit that target, hang on, let's just get this correct. No, that's not the target we're looking for. That's the measured move target. So this measured move target is pretty much from where price is currently. We are 1,100 points away. Okay, so that's a 10% fall in the DAX. And if we take that from the beginning of the year, that would be almost a 30% fall for the year, which is frightening. Okay, at this stage, the DAX is now lower than what it was last year, lower than where it started last year. Okay, so today I would suspect more downside. I'm going to have to do this off the 4 hour so we can see what's going on here. And I can't, I'd really, I think it's actually, okay, so here we go. So we do have some gaps here. So you can see here we've got a gap here that we're flirting with, then we have another gap. Okay, we do have, I'm going to use lines at the top here. We do have some levels here. So that would definitely be the first level that we'll be toyed with, and then you'd more than likely get the gap close. So first you're looking at 11,830, then you're going to look at this gap close at 11,767. And then you're into this area of congestion. Okay. And there's another gap. Well, look at that. So this is the measured move. This level here of 9692 is the head and shoulders measured move. But have a look what is here. There is a massive daily gap here. Okay, and bear in mind that there's one even further down as well. So those are all magnets where what price is aiming for. And the thing with the if we go to the weekly, the thing with the weekly Bill Williams is it just gives you a very strong sense of where the trend actually is. At this stage, you can see here we were kind of hovering, and then we broke above it, came back, tested it, and then ran away. Now look at the scenario, similar scenario here. We broke through, tried to break back up, broke down, tried to break up, down, then we tested. There was the test. This weekly bar here. So that was your entry, and now we are pointing down, and it is a strong trend to the downside. Okay, so guys, that's kind of my view on this at the moment. I suspect more downside, and this level here is going to break. Well, it's broken already. 11,000 dead at the moment. So just during the video, it's fallen 14 points. So I think what you need to do, there's a couple of things that you can do, is watch that open, get in for the ride to the downside, and keep your stop above a fairly high level to start with. Wait for the first pullback, then move your stop down. But the thing that you're going to have to worry about here is a break below, pretty much a break below this 11,015, and then a bit of a rally to come and test the break, or even into here again. That's going to be entry for short, and then you're going to look for just get in and leave it, because I strongly suspect that we're going to hit this level to the downside. May take a month or two, but there's definitely 1,000 points on offer here from what I can see. The only thing that's going to change the tune is if we can actually get above the alligator on the daily and stay above it. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of my view. This consolidation here looking like it's breaking today, and that is a significant bearish move. Okay, so that's kind of my play of this for the moment. Is I'll be looking for some sort of entry. I was doubting that we were going to get through this level, or this 11,000 level. I was really doubting we were going to get through it. But by the looks of things, I think we're going to get breakthrough today, and there is nothing else to hold it up. And that's the reality. If you look here, we're sort of flirting on this area here, and that's where all the inside tails are. After that, once we're through, there's nothing really much. Here and there, there's a couple of areas, but not as strong as this, where you've got 4 tails. Probably more. Yeah, a hell of a lot more. See, there's tails there, tails there. So now it's a case of you're going to be, that's not an inside tail, that's not an inside tail. There's your inside tail there. So if I move that down there, so there would be your next level of resistance, which is going to be 10,350. And after 10,350, you're going to be looking at the measured move. You've got gaps to the downside here, and you've got the measured moves. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Looking for shorts, and I think it's going to be a wild ride today, so just be very careful. Don't panic try to keep your position small and don't panic. I think that's going to be the easiest thing, because we should have really been in yesterday, but we weren't. So I think the big thing here is where you get these massive gaps, you expect some continuation, and it was like an exhaustion gap and then immediately turned. So if you are sitting long from the top here, that's even better, because I think you're in for a massive Christmas rally to the downside. Okay, so yep, that's me for the DAX. Just short the rallies. I think that's what you're looking for, and look out for that head and shoulders measured move, because it looks like it's coming. Anyway guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.